Hello, friends. Welcome back. I am back. I was under the weather and on vacation and unfortunately missed the last two Wednesdays, but I am back. I am here on Facebook and I am here on Instagram, and today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics that is true to my heart, and that is essential oils for cats and dogs and for your pets. I'm so stoked to be able to give you this information for your pets, for your dogs and your cats. It's very exciting. doTERRA oils just have totally blown me away. Hi, and Smoke and Feathers, how are you doing? Have totally blown me away with essential oil usage for your pets. So comment if you're here. Let me know if my comments are working. I know that they're working on Instagram. Let me know if you jump on Facebook. Tell me where you're watching from. Comment live and shared if you share this feed, and you'll be entered into a giveaway for this class. And if you are catching the replay, go ahead and just comment replay for me so I know who's on live and who is catching the replay, so I can, figure out when I want to do my classes. So everybody gets a chance to catch live and answer all, so I can answer any questions that anybody has. So let's get started. My name is Lindsay Iamarino. I am an essential oil educator for doTERRA International, and I am a certified AromaTouch certified practitioner with doTERRA, and I am a lover of essential oils and all things wellness. So I'm going to introduce you today about natural remedies and natural alternatives for dogs and cats, because your fur babies deserve to have the option too. If we are giving ourselves the healthy options, we deserve to give our fur babies that too. And if you don't know me, I have 4 Chihuahuas. I have my little Chihuahua shirt on. I don't know if you can see in Facebook, my little Chihuahua shirt on for today's class. They deserve it too, I'm continually impressed by doTERRA's oils, and I have done some testing on safe testing on some of my Chihuahuas, and it's just blown my mind. So, hi Christine. So I'm super impressed. What led me to this class was, if you know me, I have 4 Chihuahuas, and I lost my first Chihuahua about, I want to say 3 years, but I know Christine says, love the fur kids. I know, my babies. I lost Chico, let's say 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, and from a type of carcinoma. And I feel that maybe some medications like flea and tick, or some of the type of dog foods that I was feeding him all those years ago before the natural foods came out, and led to the type of carcinoma that ultimately took him. So that was sad. Now I have 4, and I'm overcompensating, and no more than 4. I'm good with 4. So I gave him a lot of the flea and tick because I was in small apartments back in the day, and there was a lot of flea infestations, and the poor guy, just knowing what I know now, it was super toxic to him. And just be aware of the size of your dog when you're giving the flea and tick, but we're gonna go over some natural alternatives so we can do some toxic swap outs, and it's gonna be a lot of fun for dogs and cats. So I'm not sure what was associated with what took him, but in any event, did you know that our pets are able to, hey Vicky, are able to use doTERRA's oils just like we do? Although there are some specifics, and we're gonna go all over that today. They can take them internally, They can take them topically and aromatically, because I have diffusers all over my house, so my dogs are also getting the benefits. But there are some oils I don't put in my diffusers, and I did learn a lot while putting this class together, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go over the oils and the supplements that they're able to use, cats and dogs, and that they're not able to use. So get a pen and pad, because there's a lot of information that's gonna come at you. And let's get started. So when used efficiently and correctly, essential oils can be beneficial for our pets without negative side effects or unnatural additives. It's best to start with more diluted essential oil, because you can always increase the concentration, but you always want to start more diluted when introducing them topically to your pet, especially for the first time. So you can always increase the concentration, and if the desired effect is not reached, but it is difficult to remove the essential oil once it's already been absorbed. So always start small. A little goes a long way, and I'm talking about 1 drop, especially for the little ones that I have. They're between 7 and 10 pounds, and I don't give it to them internally unless they have something that they really need it for. So, as always, each animal is different and unique, just like us, and your pet may be more sensitive than others, especially the smaller ones. So watch and pay attention to your dog or your cat. Watch their behavior, and they will let you know. As always, here are the general guidelines to help you when starting using your essential oils topically on your pet. So get your pen and pad. I'm going to give you some dilution ratios. I also have a more in-depth dilution chart that if you are ready to start with oils for you or your pets, that we can go into, and I can guide you and recommend a specific protocol for your cat or dog. So puppies under 8 weeks and cats is about 1 tablespoon, which is about 15 milliliters, which is like one of these little bottles. So about 1 tablespoon of your carrier oil. And when I say carrier oil, if you're new, which is going to be like a fractionated coconut oil or an olive oil or a grapeseed oil, or jojoba oil. For me personally, and what is used and most common to dilute oils is fractionated coconut oil. dōTERRA has a wonderful fractionated coconut oil. I also get a fractionated coconut oil, an organic fractionated coconut oil on Amazon as well. So you do 1 tablespoon of carrier oil to 2 drops of essential oil. So that's the dilution ratio for puppies under 8 weeks and cats, because cats are way more sensitive, and we're going to go into why that is. Dogs under 20 pounds and elderly dogs, that's my dogs under 20 pounds, and Chico when he was about 10, but my oldest is only 5. So that's about, let's say, 1/3 of a tablespoon of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. Dogs over 20 pounds is about 1/2 tablespoon to 1 drop of essential oil. Hot oils, which is, I guess you could say peppermint is kind of like a hot oil for a dog or cat. Oregano is a hot oil for us. If you've seen my classes before, I have taught you that oregano is a hot oil, and you should only be taking it internally in a veggie capsule. So hot oils, you're gonna do about 1/3 of a tablespoon to 1 drop, even maybe more, depending on what it is that you're using it for. And if you reach out to me and are ready to start with oils with your pets, I will give you a specific protocol for oils, and we can go through all of that with whatever ailment or issue your dog is dealing with. There's a more elaborate dilution chart, like I was saying before, that shows which oils are okay to use for dilution, that are okay to use, and the dilution for each oil. So it gets more detailed, and the book is called Essential Oils for Cats and Dogs, or Dogs and Cats. This book is amazing. Sorry for the glare. So if you have a cat or dog You can use oils. This book is really good. It's on aromatools.com, and it has a more in-depth and elaborate dilution chart that really shows you the specific oil protocol per each oil, per the ailment. Hi, Beth. And so if you do want to get started, we'll get you hooked up with the book, we'll get you hooked up with the oils, and then we'll figure out what issue it is that you're dealing with your cat or dog. So I can recommend you a specific oil protocol, and then we can go more into detail after that. So there's 3 ways to use essential oils. If you know what an essential oil is, if you don't, it's a extract from a plant, a flower, a tree, a bark, a leaf, a root, a citrus. And there's 3 ways that dogs can also benefit from essential oils just like we can. And it's aromatic, topical, and internal. And aromatic is, with them, you could put a diffuser next to them, but you want to let them be free. If there's something specific, you can always hold a bottle up to their nose, or put a drop in your hands, rub it together, and just kind of cup a little bit, and then rub it on the back. But we're going to go into detail about all of that. And you can also give essential oils, specific essential oils, and that's what I'm going to go over internally. So when I started using oils on my dogs, I was very careful because they're small, and Bella, the lavender is one of my go-tos, and I use it in their pet shampoo. And Bella is super dramatic. She's a dramatic little puppy. She's my best one. She's a good girl, but she's dramatic, and she gets little hot spots underneath her lower belly. And I put a little bit of lavender with frankincense and fractionated coconut oil, and it goes away. But I think she's super sensitive to the smell, and she starts rolling around. She's not doing anything that would make me think that she's sick. And we'll go over some of the things that you could see, and watch your dog's behaviors. She's just rolling around like, why'd you do that, Mom? Why'd you do that? So, but it does help her, and she doesn't show any signs of being sick or vomiting or upset or anything like that. So aromatic, diffusion's good. You could spray into the air, usually diluted in like a little spray bottle with water or fractionated coconut oil. Direct inhalation, so you could put a drop on your hands and allow them to inhale, like I was saying before, on a cloth, on a cotton ball, or tissue near the animal, or on their bedding. You can spray their bedding down, which I do almost every morning, as well as my couches, because my couches are destroyed with 4 dogs. The girls are really good, but once I got the last boy, it was, yeah, no bueno, but we're getting there. He's only 2, so hopefully he'll get out of his little stage of wanting to do whatever he wants. We'll hope for it. So hot water, steam, you can put a drop or 2 of essential oils in hot water. Humidifier, but be sure that it's one that you can put essential oils into. A fan, air filter, you can place a drop of oil on a cotton ball and insert it into a fan, and kind of put the fan directly, towards them, but obviously let them roam around in the house. A little safety tip, well, not really a safety tip, just a really good tip. If your pet has seizures or is having a seizure, open your frankincense bottle and put a drop on the skin between the paw pads. So you know how it's kind of a little bit webbed? You could put a drop on the paw pads, or topically at the base of the skull, like right at the neck, top of the neck, base of the skull, and it will help that animal come out of the seizure more quickly, which is amazing. So topically, you can dilute with a carrier oil, but before applying, never applying near the ears and the eyes and the genitals, like I tell you normally. Nose, ears, eyes, and the face. It could be too overwhelming for their smell. I used to put a drop of lavender in my hands and just rub the back of Bella's neck, because behind her ears, she just doesn't, it's just too overwhelming for her. The other dogs are fine. She's just a little, she's extra. So a little bit overwhelming. For direct application, you can place a drop on your hands, rub on their spine, or even go backwards on their hair to get it really in there. And massage circular motions or massage techniques after applying oil to your hands and reflexology points, little places like we would normally put on us. You could totally do that to them, but you don't want to just take a bottle and drop one drop on the dog. You want to have it in your hands, let it absorb a little bit, and just give them a nice little rub down, rub their little paws, and they start to relax. And with whatever oil that you're using, it will give them that benefit. Also, applied to the tips of the ears, but not for long dogs, long-eared dogs, because when they start shaking their head, you don't want the oil to hit their eyes. And any oil in the eye is really not good. And if it does happen, you can get a little tissue, put some fractionated coconut oil on it, and just rub that around. Never flush with water, because like I always say, oils and waters don't mix. It just kind of intensifies the oil. So you just want to always go to your carrier oil, which should be your fractionated coconut oil, at least for pets. Or if you're in the kitchen, grab your olive oil. Do whatever you need to do, really, because if they're not feeling good, you just want to grab whatever you have. So mix a drop in their shampoo and apply during a bath. So I'm going to show you how to make an easy pet shampoo that I use. And then you can do 1 drop of essential oil to 2 cups of ice water for a cold compress, or hot water for a hot compress. And you can soak a natural cloth in the water, wring it out, and apply to the area of interest with whatever you're trying to have the benefits for. We know if there's a burn or a sore or whatever, and we're going to go into specific oils that are good for cats and dogs. So the big tip I learned is that my dogs had specific rollers. I made rollers for them. Like my little Bella has little hot spots sometimes, and I did a little lavender roller, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyway, I put a lavender roller, and I started rolling on, specifically on her spots. And they say to not use rollers for your dogs or your cats because directly on the animal, because it can lead to a contamination and just should be avoided. So whenever you're trying to apply essential oils that are diluted, most of the time they need to be, especially for cats, but we're going to go into that. You will need to put it in a little container and dilute your little recipe first, or put a little smidge of fractionated coconut oil in your hands, and then put the oil in there and then apply to the dog. You never want to use a roller ball, and that is something new. So that's awesome to know. Internal use, yes, your dogs and cats can take oils internally, as well as the supplements. I'm going to go over that as well. Oils indicated for internal use. You can see which oils are used for internal use and not internal use. So for internal use, we're going to have this supplemental fact label, which is a food grade label. Instagram, I don't know if you can see that. That means you can take the oil internally, and we're going to go over what oils the cats and dogs can take internally. If your bottle does not have a supplemental fact food grade label, you cannot take it internally. So those are the two differences. I always go over that so people know what oils you can take and what oils you can't. And generally, it's not recommended that you give more than 1 to 2 drops internally at any one time. 1 to 2 drops in a capsule with a carrier oil. You always want to put a smidge of carrier oil in that capsule just for their belly. You can mix it with their food. Wet food works best. Place a drop on your finger, wait till it's dry, and you can rub the residue on the pet gums for a natural toothpaste. You can put a drop in a natural toothpaste that doesn't contain xylitol. Xylitol is a sweet-tasting crystalline alcohol derived from xylose, and it's present in some plant tissues and used as an artificial sweetener in foods. You can use 1 drop of essential oil to 2 tables of baking soda and enough water to kind of make it like a little paste. And you can dab a little toothbrush that you have or your finger and actually maintain good oral hygiene too, and brush their little teeth with that, which I'm actually going to start doing on my little Layla bear, because the girl has had her teeth cleaned and it just came right back. She's just got bad teeth. So always research the oil you are using to know exactly how you should use it, or if you're unsure, refer back to this video or ask me first and we'll go from there. Essential oil safety. When diffusing, always allow the animals the ability to roam around the house. You don't want to like keep them confined next to a diffuser. And in my house, I have so many diffusers, so they're always getting the benefits. Keep the door open. Keep the doors open, obviously. Always dilute essential oils with a carrier oil. Fractionated coconut oil, that's what we've talked about before applying topically. Dilute heavily at first and in small increments. Like I was saying before, you can always add more essential oil, but you can't take out. So especially starting with the first time that you're introducing oils to your pet, whether topically or internally. And I suggest using oils topically first while introducing for the first time, and then we can go from there as well. Observe your pet. Look at their behaviors after you're using it. Are they freaking out? Do they not like it? And you can always add more oils if needed. Research your pet's health status and medications that they're currently taking. Don't use oils in or near the eyes, genitals, as I stated before. If you accidentally get them in their eyes, get a tissue, carrier oil, like I was saying. Don't flush with water. Use caution when utilizing essential oils on animals that are frail, that have some health conditions, that are pregnant, that are nursing, young animals, or on certain medications and that are epileptic. So if they're on certain medications or they're epileptic, diabetes, you know, the dogs get the same things we do. Just be more aware of what you're using, and we will, I will help recommend a protocol specifically to your dog or cat. Use a water diffuser rather than a diffuser that pulls right from an essential oil bottle. It's just better that way. And you can, when using, let's see, brain fart. I have my notes right here and I'm just going, Don't flush. Don't use essential oils at the same time as a topical medication, including like dermal patches. You don't want dermal patches and topical flea and tick treatment. You don't want to use oils while you're using those topical medications. Never give your pets product containing xylitol, like I was saying before, including a toothpaste that might have it, and our essential oil beadlets have xylitol as well. So you don't ever want to give your pets that. Use only certified, pure, therapeutic grade. Make sure that you're doing your research on your oils. I can only talk about doTERRA oils because I know the research and the background and the science about those oils, and I can only speak for doTERRA oils. For dogs with long ears, make sure you don't put it on their ears. They can get it in their eyes. We've talked about that. Discontinue the use of an oil if you see signs of distress or rubs their face, vocalizing, like barking or whining, pants, has muscle tremors, shaking, vomiting, diarrhea, skin or has a skin irritation following application of an oil. So don't panic if your pet has a skin irritation. Most of these can be resolved with more dilution within 24 hours. And if you feel like something is wrong, go see your vet. So precautions and essential oils to avoid. Essential oils with birch, melaleuca, and wintergreen. For dogs, avoid those oils. I'm going to go into more detail about those as well. Medical and health precautions. If your pet is epileptic or has seizures, avoid these oils. Now, this is where you want to write it down, but you can always refer back to this video, and if you have more questions, I can always jump on a call with you, give you the list, specifically to your dog. So if your dog is epileptic or has seizures, no basil, no camphor, eucalyptus, fennel, rosemary, clary sage, wintergreen, and all the blends that have any of those oils. If your pet is on an anti-diabetic drug, avoid these oils. Cassia, cinnamon, dill, lemongrass, fennel, marjoram, melissa, and oregano. If your dog doesn't have these issues, there are some oils that I'm going to say that are safe for your dog. But if your dog has these issues, these are just the medical precautions that I want to make sure, because there's some very little sick pups out there, and we don't want to say, oh, here, take this, will make them feel better, when they have a specific issue at hand. So if your pet is clotting or has a bleeding disorder or is taking an anticoagulant, got that, avoid these oils: wintergreen, blue tansy, birch, cassia, clove, fennel, marjoram, oregano, patchouli, and thyme. So oils to avoid during pregnancy, if your pet is pregnant, is arbor vitae, basil, birch, cassia, cinnamon, rosemary, thyme, and wintergreen. Essential oils to avoid cats topically and internally. This is just I'm just giving you a preamp of my class. We're going to go into specifically what oils are good for dogs and cats, what oils are good for them and what oils they should avoid. And this is just for health and medical reasons. I'm just going over this. So, essential oils to avoid for cats topically and internally. Bagel, bergamot, birch, cinnamon, clove, dill, fennel, grapefruit, lemon, lime, melaleuca, wild orange, oregano, peppermint. I'm just going to go over and list these. Peppermint, spearmint, thyme, rosemary, spearmint, tangerine, and wintergreen are to avoid cats topically and internally. And then I'm going to go over another list. I have another list of specific reasons why. Recipes. We're going to make a couple of recipes. First, I'm going to show you how I make my pet shampoo, and it's super, super easy. I have my little dōTERRA pumper that you can get in your back office if you're already a wholesale member of dōTERRA. If not, we can get you one of them, and you can also get foam pumpers. I like foam pumpers because I'm using a concentrated type of natural soap, so the foam pumper works better for saving reasons. And I don't like to put the soap right on it. I like it, kind of foamy already. So you get a foam pumper like this one that dōTERRA offers, or you can get foam pumpers on Amazon as well. And I use Dr. Bronner's, I don't know if you can see the glare. Let's see. Dr. Bronner's unscented pure Castile soap. If you can see Instagram. And I fill the foam pumper up about 1/4 of the way with soap. Not too much. It's super concentrated. You don't need that much. 1/4 of the way, and then I fill it with water, not all the way to the top, because once you put this is a foam pumper, so it's got that extra plastic in there. If you fill this up too much, your essential oils are in there. We haven't added them yet, but once you add your essential oils are sitting on the top, just chilling. If you put too much water in this and then put this in there, you're just going to waste all of your liquid gold. So you don't want to fill it up too much with water. So I'm going to put I'm going to use lavender. It's really calming, and I only do about 5 drops because I don't like it too strong for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want more, you can put more. If you want less, you can put less. So choose your own adventure. I recommend it. You do what you want. Hopefully you'll not use oils that are not recommended for your pets. And then you give it a little zhuzh, and that's it. This is your pet shampoo. Super simple, non-toxic, all natural, holistic remedies that are good that we make for ourselves and you can also make for your pets. So that's my pet shampoo. Super easy. You could make a dry powder shampoo for your dogs. So it's arrowroot powder. It is, let's see, 1/4 of a cup of arrowroot powder and 2 drops of lavender, geranium, and eucalyptus. And you just put it in a little, you can put it in a mason jar. You can always use glass or stainless steel. I usually like glass better. Put 1/4 of a cup of arrowroot powder. You can get arrowroot powder. I use organic arrowroot powder from Amazon. You can put those oils in there and you just shake it up and you kind of give them a dry powder shampoo. And this is also good for, it's safe for ticks, safe for all species, for cats and dogs. And it also helps repel ticks and other pests. So lavender, geranium, and eucalyptus are really, really, really good for that. And you can just do a dry powder shampoo. You can also, for little kitty cats, you can put powder in the litter boxes. So you could do 1 cup of baking soda and 5 drops of essential oil of lavender, eucalyptus, or geranium. 5 of one of them, either lavender, eucalyptus, or geranium, not 5 of each. A little tip, coconut oil is an exceptional carrier oil and beneficial for improving the health benefits and digestion, prevention and treatment of yeast and fungal infections, disinfecting wounds, clarifying and calming to the skin, allergies and dryness. Very, very good for the skin, reduces arthritic pain, ligament problems. It's also hydrating to the skin to add 1/4 of the tablespoon per every 10 pounds of the body weight of your pet twice daily to their food. So I add not fractionated coconut oil, I give them actual coconut oil, the organic coconut oil from Trader Joe's. Holler to Trader Joe's, I love their coconut oil. They have the best tasting coconut oil and my dogs to die for it. They love it. So I put it on their dog food in the morning every single day and they love it, love it, love it. And when I put it on me too, they're just like licking it off. So let's talk about what oils are safe for your dog, because I was just going over some medical, oils for dogs that have medical issues, that are on medications or have seizures, blood clots, diabetes, all of that good stuff. So these are just a list of oils that are safe for use for dogs. Arbor vitae, basil, bergamot, cardamom, cedarwood, cilantro, clary sage, copaiba, coriander, cypress, eucalyptus, sweet fennel, frankincense, geranium, grapefruit, helichrysum, jasmine touch. It's a really good one I was using on Bella. She loves a little bit behind her ear. She actually doesn't freak out as much because it's already pre-diluted, like perfectly. And let's see, what else? Jasmine, juniper berry, lavender, lemongrass, lemon lime, marjoram, myrrh, neroli touch, which is one of my faves, peppermint, patchouli, petitgrain, Roman chamomile, rosemary, rose touch, sandalwood, spikenard, vetiver, white fur if you still have it. We're not providing white fur. We have Siberian fur now, and ylang ylang. So if you want a list of those, I can place a list in the comments of the oils that are safe for dogs. These are for dogs that don't have any specific medical issues or diabetes, like I was saying before. Oil blends. Our blends are safe for dogs as well. So you can use Immortelle, Serenity, Zendocrine, Digest Zen, Balance, and TerraShield. And of course, you know which ones are topical and which ones are internal by using the supplemental facts on the back of the bottle. And those will be used diluted. I always dilute. They say sometimes you could do neat, but my dogs are so small. that I just dilute the oils. So the supplements, yes, doTERRA's supplements are safe for your dogs. And these are the specific supplements. The children's chewable vitamins, yeah. Adult version can be dosed to larger dogs. The Zendocrine complex, the actual pill form, not the soft gel, not the oil, but the actual pressed Zendocrine pressed pill. Terrazyme Terrazyme, our digestive enzyme. That's also good for the dog. And specific to what, how many pounds the dog is. So I wouldn't say just go take a whole Terrazyme and give it to your 3-pound Chihuahua. Mine are a little bit bigger, but I would want you to consult me to get an actual oil and supplement protocol for specific issues for your dogs. I'm just going over what supplements are actually safe, and I was blown away to know that these supplements are safe for your dogs. Essential oil cellular complex, omega-3 fish oil liquid. So you would get the little tablet, and that's a liquid gel cap. The PB Assist is good. The probiotic, I couldn't believe that the probiotic that I'm taking is really good for them if they have a hard time going potty, or it's a dog that that has digestive issues. And also for pain, the Deep Blue polyphenol complex. I take that twice a day. I have one Chihuahua that had disc disease and had back surgery 2 years ago. Bella, the one that is prone to her UTIs and infections and stuff. She had back surgery 2 years ago. So I'm gonna see if she sometimes she comes up and down the stairs and sometimes she doesn't. I don't know if it's for attention because she's the dramatic one, but sometimes I feel like her back hurts. So we're gonna check out the Deep Blue. We're gonna see what happens with that. Oils that are not recommended for dogs. And again, I will put a list in the comments, but if you're jotting some notes, I'll try to go as slow as I can. I don't want to, this is gonna be a longer than normal class because I wanted to make sure I was giving you the best information, and this class comes from my heart because I have my little fur babies. So recommended, not for dogs. Oils not recommended for dogs. Wintergreen, because it can irritate the gut. Melaleuca can cause extreme lethargic, loss of hind leg control, vomiting, fever. You don't want to use birch, or Douglas fir, or thyme. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, use with caution with heavy dilution. And if that's one that we can go over together, I will do that with you. Clove, except with heavily dilution for post-oral surgery and discomfort. Clove is very good for oral health. So if the dog had some teeth pulled or was sedated and had a really good cleaning, like up under the gum, you can heavily dilute clove and just put a little bit on your fingers and just rub the gum area. That's the only time I would recommend the clove for the dog for discomfort, Cinnamon, we already did that. Oral surgery. Oregano, except when supporting a dog that has parvovirus. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's so many dogs out there that die from parvo, and I just want everybody to know that you could support your dog with heavily diluted oregano that will help your dog with parvovirus. I could not believe that. So let's see. You also don't want to use Purify. As I was stating before, it has Melaleuca in it, and any other blends that contain Melaleuca or wintergreen. You don't want to use the Deep Blue oil. The Deep Blue complex is different. It does not have the wintergreen in it. That's an actual supplement that you can take internally. The Deep Blue oil contains wintergreen. So you don't want to use any of the blends that has wintergreen or Melaleuca, or use wintergreen or Melaleuca on your dogs. For dogs that are prone to seizures, do not use basil, rosemary, wintergreen, camphor, eucalyptus, sweet fennel, tansy. Blue tansy is okay. deep blue, as it contains camphor and wintergreen, like I was saying, and On Guard, which contains eucalyptus, and that's for dogs prone to seizures. So if a dog becomes distressed, drools, pants, whines, or any symptoms, and doesn't stop significantly, go to your vet. So we're gonna move on to the kitty cats. I know I have some cat lovers, and essential oils that are safe for cats. They are way more sensitive to essential oils than dogs are. So be careful and remember that less is more with our pets. Dilution is always recommended with cats. I say dilution is always recommended with dogs too, but it depends on the weight of the dog, because some dogs can get very large, and for my dogs I always dilute because they're small little guys. So just keep in mind that a number of oils are toxic for cats, including all citrus oils. Write that down. All citrus oils are toxic for little kitty cats. Be aware that essential oils are not to cure your cat, but can support the cat's body on a cellular level to better respond to health issues. Most of what is recommended for dogs can be used for cats. In both cases, only pure, certified pure therapeutic grade, and I recommend dōTERRA, oils should be used. However, when it is used on cats, must be diluted. Again, there is a more elaborate dilution chart in this book that I told you about before on aromatools.com. It is essential oils for dogs and cats. If you can see that, that will specifically state the dilution ratio for the actual oil. And if I went over all of that right now, that would take forever. So if you want to get started with oils, or know of someone that wants to get started with oils for you or your pets, we can go into further dilution for the specific ailment or issue that your dog is going through. So single oils that are safe for cats are arbor vitae, cardamom, copaiba, cedarwood, eucalyptus, geranium, helichrysum, juniper berry, lavender, lemongrass, marjoram, myrrh, sandalwood, and spikenard. And again, I went through it kind of quick, but I will, in the comments, put which oils are safe to use on cats. But I'm hoping that you guys are taking notes or refer back to this video, because you need to be very, very careful that if your cat or dog has a specific medical condition and is on specific medications or has seizures, there are some oils to avoid. So refer back to this or message me directly and we will figure it out. So the blends that are safe for cat are Immortelle, Digest Zen, Terra Shield, Serenity, and Balance. And those are really good. Immortelle is really good for the skin. So if they have, that's our anti-aging blend. But if they have specific, like Bella has hot spots or dry skin or something like that, Immortelle is very good for that diluted. Digest Zen, if they're having tummy problems, you could put it in a gel cap, 1 drop diluted with fractionated coconut oil, or topically diluted, you can rub it on their tum-tums. Terra Shield, actually, you know what? Yeah, Terra Shield is really good for them. It's their insect repellent, so it actually would help with fleas. And you can use Serenity. Serenity is a topical that's kind of really good for anxious feelings, for maybe car rides, as well as the, woo, that was lightning. We're getting a storm here. Hopefully my power doesn't go out. So stay with me, peeps. So Digest Zen is also really good for doggies that get motion sickness in the car. So if you're driving them, either if it's 5 minutes up the street, they get motion sickness and they get tummy issues, you can give them that prior to be proactive and making sure that they don't get sick in the car. You can use Serenity to help with anxious feelings if they start panting really badly. Serenity and Balance are great for that. I use that on the bottom of their little paws. And the supplements that are safe for cats are Zendocrine Complex, not the oil, the actual pill. Terrazyme, which is our digestive enzyme, and the probiotic, which is really good. So if they have digestive issues, you know, that's really good for their gut. The probiotic they can take internally. It just blows my mind about how all of this stuff is amazing for your pets. I love it, I love it. So, oils that are not recommended for cats, and we're gonna go into why. And I'm gonna explain to you and give you a little scientific research why you cannot use these oils. Melaleuca, which is our tea tree oil, not good for dogs or cats. All the citrus oils and Melaleuca is very, very toxic to the cats. Even diffused. So if you have a kitty cat, just be very, very cautious about what you're diffusing and keep it high up. But even then, I would just be really careful. I use tea tree a lot on my face because it's very good for cleansing the skin and kind of use it as like a little zit zapper. And my dogs love to give me kisses. So at night, I have to be very cautious of them getting on my face and giving me kisses at night, which is hard because they just want to cuddle with mamas. So orange, lemon, lime, grapefruit, bergamot, any blends containing any of these oils. You want to stay away from clove, cypress, Douglas fir, neroli, oregano, peppermint, petitgreen, Roman chamomile, rosemary, thyme, white fir if you still have it. We don't offer it anymore, but we do offer Siberian fir. I'm not sure about whether or not Siberian fir. I have to go a little bit more into that. And wintergreen and vetiver. So those are the ones that are a no-no for cats. Don't diffuse. If you have cats, don't diffuse them. Be careful if you're putting them on you and they give you kisses. You just want to be very, very aware. Do not use blends containing these oils. Cats metabolize and excrete things very differently from the rest of animal families. Cat livers do not have the enzymes to break down certain chemicals. When the liver of the body does not recognize a substance, it immediately stores it somewhere else until they can figure out what to do with it. So this leads to toxicity, tumors, disease, extreme imbalance in the cat and in the body of the cat, and in this case, for humans and animals alike, but cats are much more sensitive. Cats are particularly sensitive to ketones, phenols, alpha-pinene, some monoterpenes, got that one, monoterpenes, and carvacrol. It's a byproduct of D-limonene found in all citrus fruits and many tree oils. So you want to stay away from those. Their livers just cannot break it down like dogs can. Cats lack the liver enzyme, here we go, glucuronil, hopefully I said that right, transferase that humans and dogs don't have. So this enzyme is necessary to metabolize and eliminate some essential oil constituents. Therefore, Melaleuca and all citrus oils are toxic, toxic, toxic. A lot of information. Did you get all that? Woo! So I hope you refer to this essential oil book from aromatools.com. It's essential oils for dogs and cats. This actually has dōTERRA supplements in it, which I love. And I also have, this is from Amazon, it's essential oils, 30 different types of recipes that you can make for your pets. But this one also has specific ailments, ear infections, UTIs, anything, anxious feelings, fears of being in the car or going to the vet. This is a really, really small, it's a small little book, but it is an amazing resource to have. And if you are, share this video, or if you or someone that you know is ready to start with oils for you or your pets, we can schedule a Zoom chat meeting and talk further about it. And then we can get you hooked up with this book. So if you're interested in sharing more about oils with others as well, and getting your oils that if you're already a member, getting your oils paid for, reach out to me and we can chat further about that as well. So I'm gonna still tell you for the next, what's today, Wednesday? For the next week, we have our July promo still going forward. If you get started with a kit, you will be eligible for our wild orange if you get started with a kit for 100 PV. And if you get started with a kit that's over 200 PV, you get the wild orange as well as the copaiba, which are awesome, awesome, awesome. Wild orange, not so good for the kitty cats, but wild orange is great for you to use. I wouldn't use it on my dogs either, but copaiba is an amazing oil that can support your cat or your dog. So if you are ready with your specific eligible order, if you are ready to get started with oils for you or your cat or your dog, just reach out to me and we can chat a little bit about the specific issues that you or your pets are dealing with. And if you know of anybody that would love this video and loves their pets as much as I do, I love all animals, share with them and share this feed and comment if you shared and comment live, and you'll be entered into a giveaway for today's class. So I'm hoping that you loved this class as much as I did, because it really came from the heart and I loved actually learning as well. I've been using essential oils for my dogs here and there, but I was a little scared too. And as I researched a little bit and got a little bit more knowledgeable to be able to give you guys this information, it just blew my mind knowing how we can support our little fur babies as well. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you next Wednesday. My class that I had to unfortunately cancel was essential oils for a cleaner, safer home. So I'm going to talk about how to swap out some toxic cleaners underneath of your cabinets and all of that good stuff. So I will post about that class and I will see you next Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.